Tonight, new questions over cameras on Wichita school buses that use artificial intelligence, why privacy is a top concern, and how the school district is responding. And a lawsuit filed over a law impacting bathrooms and IDs for transgender Kansans, why they say the law violates their civil rights. Plus, a hearing is held in a civil lawsuit over the deadly Flight 5342 crash, how American Airlines is arguing it's not liable. 12 News at 6 starts now.
You're watching 12 News at 6.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Rachel Hackbarth. New AI-powered cameras are showing up on many Wichita public school buses. And one driver we spoke with says they're worried technology is going to be ruining their privacy. New at 6, Spencer, you spoke to one driver to find out more about the new technology.
Wichita Public Schools buses have had cameras for years. But this school year, the bus company First Student is upgrading its system with an AI-powered platform called Samsara. Driver Kent Merle says the bigger change isn't the cameras, it's where the footage goes. The old system stored it on the bus, but the new one sends it to a cloud through Samsara and Amazon Web Services.
With the traditional First Student camera system, to have a leak of the data and the footage, somebody would have to physically steal the secured footage bus by bus. With Samsara, there is a possibility of technical vulnerability and the opportunity for human error at every level.
I spoke with the school district and they say the district stands behind the technology.
The camera footage is secure. First Student owns that. Our student privacy is very important to Wichita Public Schools. We wouldn't have it any other way.
Director of Transportation Lisa Riveros says the AI cameras enhance safety with key features like real-time monitoring and hazard detection.
The whole purpose of the AI technology is to be transparent to all of the people we serve, our kids, our community, and their families, and it really does enhance safety and nothing more.
Myrtle says he's not sure if parents and students received a consent form as another point of concern.
Our children's privacy, once lost, can't ever be regained.
I reached out to the bus company and have yet to hear back with the statement. In Wichita, Spencer Yu, 12 News.
The district says parents can reach out directly to the transportation department with any concerns or